AI avatar market is about 1.5 billion. Nobody knows the way how to get there. If they're using your product, then awesome, you're doing something great. Everybody can generate videos with Elai.
It's one of my favorite AI features.
I think it's 30% of large organizations just starting to adopt the AI. You need to sit down there, and sell. Right now you have the avatars with a cost of $2, and it can be multilingual. Now you have somebody who's very smart. Why not use it?
Hi guys, my name is Anton Voroniuk and I'm happy to have you in our Gen AI Revolution podcast. And today is my guest, Vitalii Romanchenko, founder of Elai.io. Hi Vitalii.
Anton, thanks for having me. Pleasure.
Vitalii, it's a really pleasure to have such guy and such great service. Elai is definitely one of the most powerful AI avatar creation tool. But I know that you position your tool a little bit different, so feel free to tell about yourself and about Elai.
Yeah, sure. So basically, Elai is AI video generation platform for corporate learning. So our main target market would be learning development, everything that is connected to education. That's why we're building this specifically for this niche. From my background perspective, spent many years, more than 10 years in enterprise software development, mainly in product management, engineering, prevention roles, marketing, built great products for world famous brands. And around 3 years ago, me and my friend Alex, we started Elai. At the beginning, it was more horizontal product where we basically transform any type of text materials into the narrated videos with avatars. And then we focused on this specific niche.
Can you tell about your clients, what type of companies are using Elai and what tasks, pains they cover with it?
Because this is a video creation tool, everybody can generate videos with Elai. And at the beginning, we have a variety, really small individual customers that just were paying $29 per month. And once we focused more on the educational use case where larger companies create learn development content for their organizations, we start to see much more traction from the larger companies. So it can be a small $29 per month users who just create videos for them, for marketing, for corporate communication, for any type of need. And also it can be SMBs and larger corporations that generate videos at scale and generate video for corporate education.
You told that your core audience is about L&D. Like, if I will be L&D manager, what task AI can solve in my daily routine? We are talking not just about Elai, but on all positions and on all tasks. What can we do in this way?
We currently have around 2,000 customers, right? And a big portion of them would be from enterprise and larger SMB segment. And usually these type of guys, they create educational content and they create it in different ways. So the big advantage of our platform that we're not just generating the video with avatar. And 2 years ago, the value proposition on the market was just type the text and you have the video with avatar. So we start to see a lot more requests for the features that is related to the learning development and related to the video creation connected to learning development. So our mission is basically take text materials in various formats and transform them into interactive video content. So when we are saying what type of AI features the people usually use with Elai, it can be text generation, because they will need to create a course outline, for example. This is the first big thing. The other thing is
you're using OpenAI for text generation.
So for text generation, we use third-party providers. Our deep tech component is more on avatar side. Our proprietary tech is avatar on avatar side. Also, people a lot of times transform existing PDF, PPTX files as well into the narrated video content. I would say the biggest thing is workflows. So how people can transform text materials, or whether it would be PPTX, or whether it would be just text generation, or if you already have the published to web documents, published text that is somewhere on the internet, you just can copy and paste the link and transform that text materials into narrated video content. So various ways how you can take text materials and transform it into narrated videos. So
It's clear. If you talk about usage of AI avatar, we talk that it can be used for marketing, it can be used for L&D, it definitely can be used for sales. What are the use cases of using AI avatars for different businesses and for different tasks?
In general, I'm not saying that we specifically focusing on them, but in general, AI avatars can be used for e-commerce now as well with real-time streaming, and you see a lot of these type of solutions in China where you have the digital avatar in real time, kind of selling you on their TikTok type of platforms. So this is the first thing. Second thing, like a concierge in a hotel lobby, where, for example, you want to have some information, you have the screen and there is an avatar is waiting, and you can ask the question, avatar will answer. The other thing is with the chat bots as well. So at the end of the day, all of the chat bot platform, they will have the face, they will have avatars, and this is a big shift right now. And we have a lot of requests as well for the real-time streaming to chat with avatar. So it's a lot of use cases. As I mentioned, we try to focus on specific one, which is related to education, because we want to build the best product for these guys, who's building educational products.
Let's deep dive in the main pains of creators of educational product. You are focused on creating video content, but what type of content is usually actual? How much? How long? So can you give more cases and more details about educational content? What is created with your customers with Elai?
Usually, this is like the onboarding video content, just regular customer education or product explainer video content. It can be just regular training materials, compliance training, technical training video content. So it's variety of videos, but it's something that usually learning development department helping to the teams inside of the large organizations. Also, something very interesting is sales enablement training, where sales teams they still need to bring revenue, and they need to invest in their own education. So sales enablement training with Elai, you're able to do that much faster, localize it in various languages. We're adding the real-time streaming option, where used to have like just hard skill training where you just watching videos, go through the quizzes, and now you have the soft skill training where you can chat with avatar in real time and basically get your skills as a salesperson examined. So a lot of innovations going through the avatar.
Yeah, it's really cool. If you talk about the market of AI avatars, how big it is, who are the main competitors, what percentage of growth do you think you will get in this year?
AI avatar market is about 1.5 billion. That's what I read. I need to double check that as a source, but that's what I saw in the market. Overall, learning development, content creation market is about 5 billion. But the big thing is that it's still growing, and the large portion of the market size is with the larger organizations which just started to adopt AI. And I think it's 30% of large organizations just starting to adopt the AI. And AI video generation videos is just a part of the new workflow, how you can create content, and it will grow. When we're talking about competitors, there are two camps. So the main camp would be horizontal solutions like HeyGen, you probably heard, like DID, and also there are some more vertical products like ours or Synthesia, for example, who's focusing on learning development as well.
If you talk about the horizontal, these guys who want to cover all needs, and vertical are deeply in the niche, correct?
Yes. And also we see some of the developments from the bigger guys like Google, Microsoft. If it's not live, but they working on some sort of similar solutions. That's why it's quite interesting market. And the great thing is that it's connected to learning. In our case, it's connected to learning, and learning is old, slow growing market that needs the revolution, which is great for us because that's how we can come up and basically disturb the market and bring new innovation. So that's what we're trying to do.
Let's talk a little bit about pricing. If someone of our listeners want to create his or her own AI avatar, how much it will cost? How much it will cost, and what is the cost of 1 minute of production of video?
From the cost perspective, we have several options how we can create the custom avatar. The easiest way, and we still support it, but we'll probably change that. It's called photo avatar, which is you just upload the your photo and we animate your face. This is a free option. You can go to the platform and do that. But this is not the main use case for us. The other option is called the selfie avatar, where you just record yourself on the video, send it to us. It's maybe up to 5 minutes of video, and we create your video avatar. This costs around $200 per year annually, and the third option would be studio avatar, which is much better quality, but you need the great video footage. So the way how the model works, we pretty much take the video footage of the real human and train the model based on that video footage, and then we create the avatar based on that. So the better video footage, the better quality of avatar. Also, we have certain restrictions. The way how you should perform on a video.
What are the most strict restrictions? What you need to do or what you don't need to do?
So the technology actually is developing rapidly, and if like half of the year ago we didn't allow a lot of like head movements or like but now we think the technology is improving, so we allow more of the naturality, I would put like that. So you can now wave your hand head. The next step would be hand gestures, programmatic head gestures, when you can basically do a lot of head gestures. Right now, if you just record your avatar with constant hand movements, the avatar would be exactly the same. So you will speak the programmatic text, but the hands would be flying around. So you don't want to do that. So that's why you need to be a little bit strict. So we're talking about the specific needs for specific groups. So I would say for marketing and like e-commerce, your avatar must be much more engaging,
interactive,
more,
and engaging.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. From education perspective, the avatar might be more calm, something like that. So it's always depending on the use case that you need.
How much will cost 1 minute of the video production with AI avatar? I've checked the prices on market, and they vary from $2 to $10. What is maybe a fair price, and how it's usually formed?
So if you go to our website, you can see that the 1 minute of video will cost you $2 or less. Depends on the size of amount of minutes you need per month or per year. Also, we have the unlimited options as well. Again, depends on your specific needs. But I would say $2 or less. This is something that economically makes sense for us. And again, if you need thousands of minutes, that might go much less than a $2.
We tested a lot of tools, and right now we are using Elai, we tested Heijan, others, and the issue I see right now in the most of the platforms, short videos are close to perfect. When you show them to audience and say, is it Anton? Like from 0 to 10, we've got like 7, 8, sometimes 9, that yes, it's Anton and he is alive. But if you talk about long videos, it can be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's always has an issue. It's always some issues with gesticulation, synchronization, etc. What is the problem with the big videos? We just talked with one of our guests that it's always better for AI to drop in small parts, but maybe you have the answer and you have the solution.
I would say that the issue with the longer videos is the expectation, right? So
okay.
We want the best result, right? But this is still really innovative stuff, honestly, and this is really highly complicated technology to develop, and it's not perfect. We just need to understand that it's not yet perfect. And if it's just a short content, you won't see any maybe some of the issues that are more visible on a long term in a longer content. that's why we need just to understand that there are some limitations. For some people, they think it's great. For some people, think that it's not great. So again, it's a human perception. We actually, with the technology, we do a lot of tests, and we have focus groups who basically compare different version of the model, our model, compare competitors' model. What's better, right? What version is better? And it's funny that we always get different mixed results. Some people think this provider or this version of our model is better, and others say this better, and others say this better. So it's never like strict opinion, like this is better. So it's interesting. It's interesting, and at the end of the day, we try to improve it, and everybody on the market trying to improve it. And I believe in 2 years you won't see any difference. It will be very natural. But for now, yeah, there are some limitations, and everybody's trying to resolve them.
Yeah, I believe that it will work like this. Right now, you are focused on big corporations, but we are teaching on Udemy, on Coursera. If you will go to marketplaces, you will find thousands of instructors who will be happy to make their recording life easier. So I'm really happy with AI avatars. It's one of my favorite AI features, and it always life less complicated. Coming back to the example of long videos, I have one, we can say it, perfect AI avatar. The cat was working on the background, and even the synchronization of the voice of the lips is not so good. When the cat started working, it's always make all attention to the cat, and the guys are put into this video like 8, 9. So guys, if you're creating your AI avatar, to take your cat with you, and it's always will make your life a little bit easier. Okay, Vitaly, we talked about how it's real and how it can be compared with the real video. You talked the digit 2 years. Can it be faster? On what it depends? It depends on the technology. It depends on the capacity of the servers, etc. So how we can get the ideal video faster?
Yeah, it's definitely can be less than 2 years. This is like maybe pessimistic, projection from my side, because again, this is a rapid developing technology, and to get to the result, I would say there are different ways, and from the different approaches how you develop these models. Also, this is a part of research, so nobody knows the way how to get there, but everybody's trying to get there, and that's why I say 2 years. But I think we will see a lot more innovation already by the end of the year. With some of the providers will do the maybe programmatic hand movements, where you just type something like wave the hand, and avatar will wave the hand and do some gestures. So that's something is possible as well. But I would say like a seamless experience in like from 1 to 2 years, you will see that definitely, and it's
I see
mainly
it
depends
even
on.
right now. Each update, you get the better results.
Yeah, exactly. But I would say there are still a lot of experiments. There are still a lot of research. Everybody's trying to get there. We need to understand that the way how research is doing is accelerated as well. So it's not like 2017, where you do this type of research in one way, and now it's a lot easier because of the advancement in general in many industries, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to another live feature. It's voice translation, or video translation. When you use it first time, it looks like a magic, but how perfect is it right now? What languages you work with? How many languages can you deep dive in this feature?
For the voices and translation, we use third-party provider, and we're constantly trying to find the best provider. So we trying them. We talk to the customers. So some of the customers, for example, they said we want like 11 labs provider for the voices. Right now we have more than 75 languages, more than 450 different voice types. Also, we do the voice cloning in 28 languages. So you just send us the portion of your voice, and then we create your voice that you can use as a text to speech in 28 languages. As I mentioned, we use several providers. we try to pick the best on the market. And from translation perspective as well, we use like third party provider that translates the script, and we will add more. So it's not like manual people sitting, and trying to translate the text. It's if you go to OpenAI, ChatGPT, it can translate, right?
What AI features you also recommend for the guys who are starting using AI avatars and so on? So for my audience, for marketer, for your audience, L&Ds, we talked about the main possibilities. So about AI avatars, about translation. Maybe you have something to add.
That to create the great video content, they need to create the script first, and that's why we were first who created this, we call it AI storyboard features that allows you to generate the script and make it visible in a storyboard format, and then you can edit it and transform it into videos in the most easiest way. You need to understand what type of content you need, right? And then you understand what the tools. If you need multilingual content, you can just basically click in a couple of clicks, you can create the same content in various languages. Other thing, if you need to do it fast, you can generate the content with AI storyboard. Another big thing, and we are the only providers right now on the market who's doing that, it's called interactive videos. So with our edition, you are able to generate avatar-based videos with interactive elements and quizzes. So, for example, you have the video, and then you want to add buttons and chapters to the video,
Like
and you can.
buttons, chapters, any assessments like this?
Yes, and this is very important for education again. That's why we were focusing, to cover the specific needs of these guys who is doing training videos. And again, if you're from training, you probably need that. If you're from marketing, you might not need that. So.
You told that you use a lot of third-party providers. Can you tell a little bit more for what purposes, what providers, how it usually works, and
Yeah.
how you test quality? We discussed that it's always an issue to understand which AI avatar was generated better. The same, for example, if you talk about text generation or music generation or voice generation or translation, it's always the question how you will understand that this text is better than text A is better than text B, and the same with all other elements. How you understand, how you qualify the results of AI production of your third-party providers.
The main are on the text generation side, text to speech, text generation, and voices. So those are the main third-party providers. If we're talking about the web applications that we developed, it's our web application. When we talk about the AI video avatars, this is our proprietary, right, technology. Those third-party providers, we actually do a lot of like the quality evaluation. First of all, we talk with our customers and see their preference, and a lot of times they know what providers they want, and they said when you will have this provider, and we trying to add that. Also, we trying to analyze the market, see what competitors have, and analyze the market from the proposition perspective. So it's, for example, if it's text to speech, right, we check what's there, and if we check the Microsoft text to speech, we check like State Labs and other Element Labs, and we trying to compare. Then we also, as I mentioned, discuss with customers. We do a lot of discussions with customers just to understand what they want, and that's I think how we're doing that, and so far I think we were successful with this.
Great. Vitaly, can you share more about plans? How you plan to develop further new features for Elai? What vision do you have for Elai? Can you tell a little bit more about future?
Our mission is to help learning development professionals to generate the interactive video content in the most easiest way. This is a vision, and we want to build the best product for the L&D folks. That's why we'll enhance the functionality that related to training as much as we can. We have a lot of insights from the industry. We work, with the community. We also have like L&D podcast, inviting a lot of L&D experts and senior folks from Amazon and from other big companies to build the great product for these guys. And that's the vision. And at the end of the day, Elai will allow you to create the content. and create the content in the most easiest way. That's what we're going to do.
If you talk about the way how AI avatars can transform everything around us, what the next steps? So we are right now talking with you in the format of interview, of webinar. Will be the possibility to create AI avatars that will provide the webinar for you or will lead the interview? We already told that there are video chatbots. We called it like interactive avatars, etc. But what other technologies based on AI avatars will take place in the nearest future?
I think a lot of innovation related to avatars or related to the corporate world is still to be done. When we're talking about the AI avatars, the bigger thing is it's a video, right? So it's a video content. The big thing is here that video content, like 35% better in terms of the engagement from just regular text. We need to understand that previously we were creating text materials, right? And videos, because videos were quite expensive and complicated to create. To create 1 minute of video costs up to $500 per minute, and the time might take you up to 5 hours. So it's expensive and complicated. That's why people weren't doing videos a lot, right? Now you have this ability to generate video content like within 1 minute and with a cost of $2, and it can be multilingual.
Yes,
So now
much
you
more
can
better.
Exactly, yeah, so you are able to create much better content faster, cheaper, and in more convenient way, which is great. So what I see, we will see a lot of just better, better content, just better products overall, and this is great, So from consumer point of view, this is great because you will see a lot more greater products. And same, this is with video, but also, as I mentioned, the streaming part. So now you can chat with avatar. So think about a bunch of different chatbots and other applications that will make your life easier and more convenient. And you talk in Spanish, for example, for this avatar answering you in Spanish, you talk in English, it's answering in English. So a lot of great, experiences.
Vitalii, can you share about your personal usage of AI? I asked this question to all my guests. There are really great and interesting examples. How do you use other AI tools, not Elai, in your personal daily routine?
Great question. I use a lot of LLM type of solutions. It can be Gemini or ChatGPT for day-to-day use. I use Grammarly as well. So,
and what cases of usage of Gemini or ChatGPT? What role do they play in your life, and how much time do they save for you?
For the text generation, text improvement, messaging improvement, or email improvement, also for analytics part, you have a lot of documents, right? Or you have some financials that you can actually.
For analytics, you use ChatGPT or some specific like Perplexity or something like that?
For now, I was using the ChatGPT, but I'm thinking about Perplexity, and that's something that I want to try. Like I was thinking about this just a couple of days ago, so that's something that I want to try. Again, the big thing is that you have this, really smart companion, right? So you need to teach yourself to start using this companion, because before that you just were by yourself. You needed some services, you go and pay for them. Right now you have this really smart companion. Why not to use them? Every entrepreneur or manager or anybody need to start talk to this thing and
Sure.
basically
I do
get
it regularly.
insights. Exactly, because now you have somebody who's very smart. Why not use it?
Vitalii, thank you for sharing. From the personal side, let's come back to AI avatars. What is the main KPI of using AI avatars in business? You named $500 per minute, $200 per minute. Of course, we understand that it's some saving of your money, saving of your time. But what KPIs learning development professionals usually use to understand that implementing AI avatars changed something? So what metrics your clients use to say, yes, Vitalii, you're doing a great job?
It's relevant to any startup out there or any company. So the biggest thing is the usage, right? So for us as well. So our North Star metric is amount of render minutes per paid account. And that's something that we
What
want
is
to.
average metric? What is average metric for Elai?
Well, I can't say that. Again, it depends on the cohort of the users, and we really differentiate the different type of users. It's not necessary that a large corporation will generate more minutes than, for example, L&D agency. So you basically need to see and understand your cohorts and understand how they engage. A lot of times, this type of content can be project based. So, for example, half of the year they generate zero, right? Then they have a project and then they generate a lot of minutes. Also, there are clients who's using API and they generate like hundreds of videos daily. So it depends on the customer. But at the end of the day, you need to understand whether the clients are actually using your product or not. If you just have customers, then they can be, paid customers, but they're not using your product, you're doing something wrong. You need to understand your ICP, the need, and see how they basically using your product. If they're using your product, then awesome, you're doing something great, because that's the meaning of the business, right? This is the aim, to answer the need of your customers. And usage is the number one metric, and that's something we really focused on.
Let's come back to user cases. Each business has its own favorite success story, how they changed the life of some company or some client. What is your favorite success story of the Elai's client?
We have a lot of great stories, and for corporate world as well, where we created the avatar for internal academy, for example, and they create a lot of content. API users who created the um, personalized financial reports. I think the main component of what everybody's saying is the ability to create content in a fast and the easiest way possible, and it's very affordable. So it's like a combination. So everybody's saying about the easiest way how you can create how you can create the content, and that it's much cheaper and much affordable than regular video content. I think that's the outcome of each success story.
If you talk about success stories, everyone usually love to talk about them, but fuck ups not always covered. What are the main fuck ups in integrating of AI avatars?
I would say we're the main use case still is around the video generation platform, not API. So in that case, we're not integrating with anybody. They
Mm-hmm.
just can use it. And I think some of the issues on a technical side. So it's a highly complicated technology first, and then you have the complex video editor that is used by thousands of people. So it can be laggy sometimes. Sometimes we see some
All AI
issues.
right now are laggy. Even my
Yeah.
favorite ones, when you come there, it's always an issue.
Yeah, so it's like we see a lot of things that we can improve. We're trying to do our best. Still, we're a young company. We don't have like thousands of engineers who will be able, to help us.
How many people do you have in your team?
So right now it's a small team of around 25 people we have, and so it's not large, right? We're improving the quality, improving the speed, speed of rendering. Overall performance things, and the quality of avatars as well. So this is a constant process. If you check our avatars that we were creating 2 years ago, they are much worse than the avatars we're creating now,
Sure.
because so yeah, something like that.
Do you have any specific metric for measuring quality of avatar?
We actually do. We created like an internal system that compared the quality of the versions, and we used like a user testing platform, to get the people to differentiate the quality of the versions and stuff. This is something that we recently added in a really, like proper format where we can differentiate what type of things we need to improve, because a lot of people, for example, you don't like the lip sync, right? You can
Yeah.
say, oh, I think it's creepy, and that's it. But this is not really productive feedback for us. What's exactly you need to improve, to try to get this type of feedback. It's hard, so you need to develop a system how you can get the feedback in a proper way so we can digest it and make something better.
If you talk about trends, what trends do you see in the AI avatars niche? We talked a little bit about future, but if to summarize, maybe 3, 5 trends that can we can weight them and they can change a lot in our life.
The biggest trend I see is the real-time streaming avatar used by short form content for social media. This is the biggest trend, and you'll see a lot more of this. And this will be connected to e-commerce as well. So avatars will sell 24/7, and they will interact with your audience.
And how it will work in social media?
Yeah, so you will have a so for example, on TikTok, you will have live. Your avatar will lead the stream. And
It's my big dream.
exactly. So I would say all of the influencers.
How fast we will get such technology?
I think TikTok already announced that they will have the avatars as well. So we'll see that it's quite soon. And again, because it makes sense from the time and cost perspective, because you need to sit down there, and sell. Right now, you have the avatars that could sell in 24 in 75 languages 24/7, right? So it just makes sense to develop
Yeah. It
such
will be
solution.
interesting when in chat we have 5 different languages of questions and the person is answering in all 5 of them. It will be a little bit complicated. Okay, AI interactive avatars, for example, for social media e-commerce is the first trend. What other trends do you see?
The big thing would be gestures, and overall,
Can you explain?
the gestures is something that I already talked about. Is the programmatic gestures when your avatar not just speaking, but they can do some hand movements, for example, or s- some more interactions with the audience.
I'm talking about digits like number 1, number 2, number 3. So
It can
if
be anything. Depends on the need of the customer, right? If you
like this
if you
video, guys.
yeah, exactly, something like that. I think it's already start to already appear for certain providers, but it will be much more of that, and it would be done in a in more I would say Gen AI way, where you generate this. Just not like you copy and paste the video of the thumbs up, something like that.
Yeah. If we have right now issues with the pictures, usually Midjourney loves to give me 6 fingers. I think that the gestures in video will take some time, but it's about the power. We have interactive AI avatars, we have gestures. What else?
Once you have this digital humans, very realistic, interactive, then you will start to implement them in a different workflows. Chatbots, influencers. I wouldn't say like only fans, but definitely it's coming. It just makes sense as well for
You told about influencers. OnlyFans are usual influencers, nothing different.
exactly. So it's just like really big, interactive component for many industries that can leverage it using API. So the big thing as well for education, but again, that would be avatars who's teaching stuff, right? So this is pretty much avatar who's speaking, teaching, who's interacting with you, who's selling you.
Vitaly, maybe one of the last questions. Our audience is just starting from AI. We have a lot of courses on Udemy, Coursera for beginners. And if you talk about AI avatars, for most of them, this technology is still new. They understand how it works, but it's always a complicated question how to start. Your checklist for a beginner, how to start using AI avatar and make the life easier.
So from general point of view, I already mentioned that it's great to see to have this components that can answer questions and help you in many ways. So start with ChatGPT, start to ask questions, start to implement it in your workflows. In if it's financial piece or if it's just content creation piece, it can be huge, right? And also then you can go and do some work with AI agents as well. That's something that I'm really interested in at this moment. So this is from general perspective, but from avatars, I think you need to understand if you have the need for this. Because if you don't have the need, to create the video content, why do you use avatars? So if you understand that you need to create the content, and you want, for example, promote your product or service, and you need like a video content to put on YouTube, that's a great thing where you can go ahead and sign up on Elai or different platforms and just start to generate video content. And you can choose the template, already created template for marketing, for example, of product explainer videos. Just update a couple of the lines of the text, put the name of your company, and then click generate. Now you have the video. Now you put on the YouTube. Now you start to get the more organic traffic. In a couple of clicks, you can regenerate video in Spanish, add to YouTube. Now you can attract Spanish traffic. So a lot of ways, but at the beginning, you need to understand what is the need, right, and what you're trying to achieve, and that's how you can start with that.
Yeah, it's definitely. Vitaly, thank you. We didn't discuss about this before the interview, but we have a great tradition to give something to our audience. What do you think that to give some kind of a live subscription for the best question? It can be 1 month, quarter, or annual, as you wish. What do you think about this stuff?
Yeah, we can do the annual basic subscription for the best question. That would be cool.
Guys, we have a great motivation to ask questions to Vitaly. Vitaly will come to our comments and answer all the questions. And of course, you need to put like to this video, subscribe, and don't forget to ask questions to Vitaly. Vitaly, it was pleasure to have you in this studio. Have a great day. And guys, see you in the next Gen AI Revolution podcast.
Thank you, Anton. Always pleasure.